Reflections in the mirror of the mind. Warli Painting came to the notice of the art public only in recent years. Yet, the chords of creativity of this tribal art, tracing its sources to hidden springs, find sympathetic stirrings alongside modern art, even in international exhibitions. What is its strength and substance? How does the tribal mind amalgamate so easily with modern settings and surroundings? In galleries, in offices, even in establishments of computer maintenance. Perhaps the eternity of the search for a meaning and metaphor in life unites all creative probings. Warli Painting does not appear to propound any philosophy. Yet, the myths and legends weave a web of time to compel one to undertake a journey of discovery. Who are the Warlis? A tribal community for long lost in isolation in the foothills of Sahyadri Mountains, Thane district north of Bombay. The march of time and civilization has encroached upon the virgin land and eroded the forests, perhaps driving away the sacred spirit of tree divinities. Even today, the Warli community lives aloof and afar, and the occasional visitor has to trudge a lonely path. Clusters of humble huts mark small settlements. The daily grind in impoverished surroundings pounds its monotonous beat. A frugal way of life binds man and beast together. The pall of gloom, however, is set aside by the spirit of the people. A people who cherish a tribal tradition through ritualistic and ceremonial paintings. Warli paintings are not drab repetitions of any set prototype. Simplistic in conception, the paintings appear, but the astute manipulation of elementary forms, dots, triangles, chevrons, and the like yield astounding results in a kind of hieroglyphic style.
अशी चित्र आणखीन काही तुमच्याकडे आहेत का?
आहेत, घरात आहेत.
बघायला मिळतील?
हो.
बघूया.
हो.
हेच काय ते चित्र?
हे चित्र आहे आमच्या लग्नामध्ये हे ह्याचे नाव चौक. हे करतात आणि ते जो नवरा नवरी असतो ना इथे त्यांची रीत भाते इथे होतात.
The marriage painting, a ceremonial exercise, adorns many a hut, known as chowk. The painting, executed in rice flour paste on a dung-plastered wall, features the fertility goddess Palaghat. Commemorative paintings in terms of a prayer for protection of the household. The first interest kindled, many more questions arise in the mind. Questions seeking to align subject and symbol. Amidst this prosaic life, how does art find nourishment?
हे काय आहे याची माहिती पाहिजे मला जरा.
तुम्हाला माहिती पाहिजे असेल ह्याच्या कारागिरी आहे तर ह्या घराच्या पाठीमागे आहे.
At the cottage of Jivya Soma Mashe, the best-known contemporary Warli painter, Jivya Soma's sons, Balu and Sadashiv, now pursue their art diligently, since Warli painting has won national acclaim and international recognition. The technique and treatment remain the same, except that the paintings for galleries are done on paper. Training comes naturally as a part of a way of life where traditional painting is concerned.
तुम्ही भिंतीवरची चित्र काढताना तर ती चित्र काढण्यासाठी आधी काही भिंत तयार करून घेता का?
हो, ती भिंत आम्ही पहिल्यांदा शेण लावतो.
The wall is plastered with cow dung or red earth for the base.
ती चित्र तुम्ही कुठल्या रंगाने काढता?
ती चित्र आम्ही तांदळाच्या पिठाने काढतो. त्याच्यात पाणी बाणी घालतो.
Rice paste or lime is the medium. A stick or paddy stem serves as a brush.
कशाने काढता?
काडीने काढतो. भाताची काढणी
आहे का
ही काढी.
अच्छा, याच्यामध्ये काय बारीक अशी टोक करून
हो, बारीक एकदम टोक करतो आणि त्याच्याने हे करतो.
Subject and scenes come from the surroundings. Nature offers a variety of forms. The world around opens in a delight of discovery. Trees, leaves, flowers, birds and animals all enter the painting transformed into simple shapes, yet losing none of their identity. Myths and legends lend an aura, a vibrant air, and everything stands transformed in creative splendor. In days of old, the Warlis were hunters with bows and arrows. Then the paintings portrayed animals, hunting scenes and the like. The gradual denudation of the forest area has compelled the Warlis to turn into marginal farmers or find a living as agricultural workers. This transformation has had its impact through the years on Warli painting. The lot of the farmer brings with it to Warli painting a plough and a pair of bullocks. The agricultural scene with its variations of seasonal changes in activities. trees give place to sprouts and stalks. The forest animals recede in memory. Snakes and frogs inhabit the painting. A domestic air pervades, and the hut and its variations comes into picturization. The wandering groups seek community settlements. All the routine of daily life around the dwelling site or in the fields lends itself to delightful pictographs. Whatever the changes in the pattern of living or surroundings, the art remains closely aligned to the original naivat of vision and imagination. The motifs take shape from forms. A pair of triangles yields a human figure. Placed horizontally, a horse presents itself in basic form. As the pace of life changes, the momentum of movement gathers a new sense of urgency, as observed in the roadside rush of traffic. A total conception of a painting as an artistic comment or narration gives the Warli painting its special, simplistic appeal. The marriage ceremony painting, whatever the changes elsewhere, stands firmly rooted in tradition and wedded to the deities of old. Women are assigned the task of painting such celebrations. The goddess of trees and plants, and consequently of fertility, presides over marriages. Alongside, in a small square, is Panchashirya, the male escort and guardian of the goddess Palaghat. Tradition remains, but the march of time gives new twists and turns to tradition. The fluctuating flow of experience molds fresh interpretations to carry forward the art to the present day. A close acquaintance with the way of life and the mind of the Warlis throws ample light on the underlying strength of Warli painting. Life and art flow together through the lines, the motifs, the symbols. A sense of impeccable design, a simple syntax for interpretation, an unalloyed manner of expression, a spontaneous recreation of reality in its essence. Strains of sonorous music waft in the air, extending to the still hours of the night. The Warli painter will rise with the day and capture the hour of rejoicing in stark lines for us to hear the melody of life.